You know, Anthony and Jeannie, it's one thing to forecast these events. To actually see it happen, at least in my mind, is still amazing. And I've been observing 2 points. It's kind of clicking in my head. Number one, it's amazing to see. Remember, for us, we basically had tropical storm conditions, but when involved in a 500-mile nor'easter, can create seas stronger than many hurricanes that we have seen. And then the second, and that is that for many areas that did not have problems with Ian, but that lost a lot of the sand, the defenses with Ian, then suddenly the next system comes, suddenly in 6 weeks of time, that's suddenly in the tropical cycle nature, the defenses aren't there, and then we can see what happens when those sand dunes aren't there to defend in a natural way. Okay, so here is Nicole, down to winds of 45 miles per hour. Again, this is the circulation center, although clearly in northeastern Florida and southeastern Georgia, we're still being impacted by the system, but the shading indicating where winds are gusting to about 40 miles per hour or more, and that has certainly contracted in a big way. So not only is the core of the tropical system continue to weaken, but the much larger low pressure system that caused that large area, 500 miles, I'm not sure if large is even the right word for that, giant region of gale force winds continues to contract as well. So our big three has continued to shift over the last week as the forecasts have adjusted and the time has gone on, and now here is our new big three headline. So we will continue with gusty winds, but outside of severe storms for the most part, we're talking about gust to near gale force. Tidal waters will continue high and above normal, probably for days to come, but for most of us, we've seen the highest tidal waters we're going to see. They're going to slowly drop like a roller coaster. Remember, we'll go low tide, back to high tide again. Michaela just shared with you when some of the next high tides will be. But that overall water level, whether we're talking about low or high tide, will continue to gradually now drop. Isolated severe threat on Friday morning. So although Nicole will continue to weaken, once Nicole starts to head to the northeast, that is toward Augusta and then toward Greenville, South Carolina, and eventually Charlottesville, Virginia. Once that happens, we'll be on the bottom side of Nicole, so to speak. The winds will come at us from the southwest, and instead of looking at the Atlantic, we'll probably watch a line of showers and thunderstorms during at least the first half of Friday come at us. Nothing like today, but there could be a few severe thunderstorms. We just want to let you know, and we'll be watching that here in the weather team very closely overnight tonight and then during the day on Friday. So Alden, if you remember, one of the things I liked about his shot, so Alden was right about there. Matanzas is just north of the county line between St. Johns and Flagler County, and he was looking into the wind, but he was looking this way. That means he was looking to the south and southwest. In fact, if you look radar closely, notice the showers coming out of the south and the southwest. That's good news, folks, because that means already we're beginning to see a little more of a wind slightly off the land and instead of heading in from the Atlantic waters. And that will also, just verification really, that those tidal waters, although slowly, will be slowly dropping. Here is the large circulation center of Nicole, continue to work over the coast. Thankfully, the Gulf of Mexico, at least this part, is much cooler, barely at 70 degrees. So it's helping Nicole hold on, but it's also not allowing Nicole to intensify at all. Much more to come. We even have put together a 7-day outlook. So we're looking beyond Nicole, and we'll share that for you and with you in a few moments.